Men, I want to talk to you today about whether or not you can leave a legacy with your clothing. And I know that that sounds weird and kind of like a big claim to be able to do, but I have an example I want to give you. If you follow me on any of my social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, which if you're not, you should be, all of those are at Tanner Guzzi, you would have seen this photo that I posted up yesterday. Check this out. So this is my grandpa and his dad, and I'm not sure when this was taken. I'm going to assume sometime possibly in the 40s. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what kind of men these were. They were in Idaho, and they were wheat farmers. I know I posted that they were potato farmers, but Idaho stereotype, whatever. They were wheat farmers, and on top of that, they were construction workers. Now, eventually, my grandpa took his dad's construction business to the point where my grandpa became a general contractor. He went on to become a state senator. He became pretty involved with a lot of the construction that went on up in Rexburg and Ricks College, and really kind of made a name for himself. But at the time that this photo was taken and the stock that he comes from, these men were farmers. These were men of the land. They were men who, if they were to take my archetype quiz today, they would definitely fall within the rugged archetype. Almost 100%, I can guarantee that. But they don't look like that in this photo. Not at all. They don't look like they are men who were only comfortable within that environment. They look like they are representing the refined archetype incredibly well, like it's part of their DNA, like it's part of who they are. And it's not just in their clothing. Look at their posture. Look at how straight and square the shoulders are. But at the same time, look at my great-grandpa and how relaxed and confident his seated posture is. It's not lazy, it's not sloppy. There's dignity, but he's still relaxed. Look at their facial expressions. They're not hamming it up for the camera, but they don't have RBF, they don't look angry, they just look like they're men who know about their business. Now, all of this is stuff that comes just from looking at this photo. I know this a little bit because I had a few good years with my grandpa. He died when I was 8 years old. My mom and my grandma and my aunts and uncles will tell me about his legacy and who and what he is, but I had no idea that he dressed this well. When my mom sent me this photo over the weekend, the two words that came to my mind were dignity and power. And again, I understand that I may be a little bit biased because I know that about my grandpa, but I don't know anything about my great-grandpa. I can tell you that after seeing this photo, I want to know more about my great-grandpa because these are men who were men, and they can convey this dignity and this power just through these visual communications. They're not fat. They're not sloppy. They're all these things that represent dignity, power, self-respect, mastery, all these things that men we should be and we should set as examples. And what I thought when I saw this photo is, what are my kids going to think, or my grandkids, or my great-grandkids? What are they going to think when they see photos of me? Are the words dignity and power, self-respect and mastery, are those going to be words that immediately pop into their brains when they see photos of me? Or are they going to think something else? Because whether I like it or not, my great-grandkids who probably won't know me, they will see photos of me, they will see videos of me, maybe they'll even see YouTube videos of me, and they will think of things about me. Will those be things that I want them to think of me? What legacy am I leaving? And what legacy am I leaving in a way that they can see and interpret that? Again, I don't know anything about my great-grandpa. I haven't read his journals. I haven't spoken with anybody who knows him well enough that they can explain him. I've never asked my grandma to tell me stories about him. I don't know anything. He could be a really bad guy, but I doubt it because of the caliber of man that he raised and because of what that did within my own family, but also because of the way that he presented himself, because of the attention to detail, because of the self-mastery, because of all of these things. So I would invite you guys to ask yourselves that same question. What legacy are you leaving? It doesn't even matter if you're leaving it for your children or not, because if you're not the kind of guy who's going to have kids, okay, but you still have an impact on the world. And what are the words that people immediately think of, especially people within your own tribe? What are the words that these people immediately think of when they see you? Are they words like power? Are they words like dignity, mastery, self-respect? Or do they see you as someone who prioritizes comfort more than anything else, or luxury, or ease, or entertainment, or any of these modern values that so many men place above the traditional masculine values? I know that a lot of people in the world will tell you that your appearance doesn't matter. that any concern for your appearance doesn't matter because it's shallow or vain or effeminate. But these kinds of terms come up not just when I see this photo. Scroll through my Instagram, look at the comments. Scroll through my Twitter and look at the comments. Other men who have never met my grandpa or my great-grandpa gave me these exact same words. Their appearance evoked that exact same response in guys who I don't even know if they live in this part of the world. But because of the universal values or priorities that are communicated through our clothing, our posture, our grooming, our facial expressions, they elicited a response that was respectful and it was powerful for the men who saw it. So again, think about that for yourself. Are your clothes, your posture, your grooming, your facial expressions, all of these visual cues that you give to the rest of the world, are these communicating the things that you want them to be communicating? If the only thing that somebody had to gauge your character off of was a photo that was taken 60 years ago, how would they define you as a man? I hope that that's a good thing. I hope that for me, I will be able to tell my story and represent myself in a good way so that my children and great-grandchildren and all the way down the line will be able to see Grandpa Guzzy and say, that was a good, powerful, and a masculine man. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you thought when you saw the photo. Tell me what words popped into your head. Do you have examples of your grandpa or your great-grandpa who were like this? As always, I hope you liked the video. Leave it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one.